table.
All right, I clicked the start button. We should be live now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello,
Whoa.
welcome. On the Stick After Dark. I'm Eric Allen. I'm here with Joe Drilling.
Hey, it's most of the hours are after dark at this time of year, so we can just really be doing this
It's
whenever.
mostly dark all the time.
Yeah.
Alex.
Mostly dark.
Rio.
What's up? Hello.
Hi. Kurt Adam.
Welcome.
Yep. Also here.
Kurt's got a lot to say. And Mike.
Yep.
Hales.
I am also here. That is correct.
All right, cool.
To be fair,
But not the usual year. A different year.
My here is different, but your here is the same.
Ah. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces have a heart, and there are no premature or no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story.
Yeah, I've used a few of those lines.
I'm gonna say, I feel like I've seen more than one horror game that starts with "This is a love story."
This is a love story.
Silent Hill 2 is definitely a love story.
About a boy who loves a knife.
I mean, Silent Hill 2 kind of is a love story.
And
It's
yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily quibble with that.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Look at that barrel axe.
Oh no, I feel sick.
Oh wow.
No, we gotta turn it off.
It's like the super rudimentary, like Marvel Snap has that when you upgrade your cards to a certain level.
Yep.
You can like tilt your phone and you get this extremely...
Ooh,
Yeah,
Dr.
kinda-
Tongue's House of 3D.
Yeah. Dr. Tongue's House of Stewardesses in
Exactly.
3D.
You're here to slay her.
Ooh.
If you don't,
It's very
it will
scary.
be the end of the world.
That seems dramatic.
You can ask
Oh, I got a lot.
Well, there are a lot of things.
Yeah, you got
There's a lot of
options.
questions, yeah. Wait,
What would
I've always
Henry-
wanted to off a monarch.
Turn it-
Viva la revolucion.
Turn around and
where
leave.
I'm at, yeah.
Okay,
I was gonna
thanks
say,
for
I'm
telling me
pretty
what to do.
anti-monarchy.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world?
I like that one.
Get it? I'm not doing this. Can't someone else do it? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You
Killer.
have to put an end to her.
Curator
Why
says-
should I believe this
I mean,
narrator?
people could be
Yeah.
there and then, no birds and trees. They're not going to be very happy.
Don't linger on
true.
the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what
Counting
needs to
on-
be.
Don't linger on the specifics. Yeah, but
Do you
what
have
am I supposed
any
to do?
evidence to back this
Look,
up?
you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've
Good
made
point.
it this far, you might as well reach the end of
Yeah,
your
but I
job.
didn't have anything to do with that journey.
Maybe
Right.
you chirped at some guys and wrote on a sand.
That's right. Yeah.
No.
I appreciate the mental exercise we are running up against a
The
bit
princess
to
that we
begin
murdered is the friends we made along the way.
Yes.
with. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't
Too many
matter
questions.
here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin,
So it doesn't matter
the
if
she
she
will end.
Has gone mad
There is
from
no
being locked
changing
up.
that.
Going to end the world.
It's no use arguing.
We're all
about
mad
this
here.
Metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Decent writing so far.
You do your job and slay it.
Killing a princess
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better.
See, now
than
I can get
slaying
on
a
board with
seamstress.
this.
Seamstresses contribute something of value to society. Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules.
Don't you, though? You're the one telling us we gotta do this.
I mean, he's just saying what's happening.
But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the. Like I said, I don't. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Oh, that's not
I
true.
mean,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
some
definitely not
people
true.
do. Nihilists or
Yeah.
very evil people, but
Fucking
That must be
nihilists.
exhausting.
none of those.
Fucking hate nihilists.
They said they were nihilists.
Yeah.
Don't believe in anything.
Do I
Sounds
get some sort of
exhausting.
reward?
You have to slay her before you get it.
Oh, I see how it goes.
Can I get half the reward?
Throw
now?
me the idol.
Throw me the idol. I'll toss you
So
the
what do you
whip.
guys think? Are we sold? Are we just gonna go do it? Are we gonna talk to her? Maybe kill her?
I'm 100% sold.
All right, let's go get her.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
I figure we either take
might
the
get
Wait, now we're going
Christmas
sailing? I
idol.
thought we were walking.
You'll find the princess within.
Maybe that's the you get a yacht if you.
A warning. Before you
I'm
go
a J.
any further.
Fudd, millionaire.
She will
I own
lie.
a mansion and a
She will
yacht.
cheat, and she will do everything in
Terry,
her power to stop you
Eddie
from slaying
Guerrero
her. Don't
reference.
believe a word.
She will also steal.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's
Alright.
a
If
princess.
she's not
Supposed to
cheating, she's not
save
trying.
princesses, not slay them.
Wait, voice of the hero? We have a hero voice now?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I mean, he's a hero. Supposedly.
Change one letter.
Like a sandwich.
Change
The
another
interior
letter
of
and
the
he's a
cabin is
herd.
almost entirely bare. The air
I
is stale
can't-
and musty.
I can't
and
argue
the
that.
floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine. The blade is your implement.
Blade?
I mean, we might as well have a blade handy.
May as
Take the
well
blade
have
from
a
the
blade
table.
just in case.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
Would it?
without
I doesn't say. Well, we don't know anything about this princess, so
I was
maybe it
thinking
Yeah.
carbon monoxide poisoning. I don't know.
Maybe it's a princess ogre or something.
Revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen
I
light.
mean, we could just never let her out and she'll die.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Why did I think she was
Almost
going to
as
have a
if she's
Monty
the one in
Python?
charge down there.
Who are you there?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just the narrator. Hi, just checking on you.
I think
Hey,
I'm here
I
to kill
think I'm
you.
here to kill you.
I think I'm here to kill
I think I'm here to kill
Who are
you.
you now? Why don't you come down and let me?
Why
take
can't
a
I
look?
Oh.
would have like Baldur's
Break
Gate
up.
style?
It
Yeah.
takes away the element
Like I
of
want to be able to
surprise.
click on the one that I
Good
want you
luck,
to say.
hero.
That's right. Yeah.
You walk down the
Why do we need
stairs
an element of
and
surprise
your
if she's
eyes meet
chained
the
up?
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the bed. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Ah.
Uh.
Stab, stab.
Stab, stab, stab. Done.
What? No way. Why would you even think that? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Just fucking
step
just
forward.
offer.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Trained in my
Okay,
knife throwing
I'm-
skills.
Alright.
Stabby,
So,
stabby.
You should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
Stab her.
Those two sentences seem to be at odds.
Stab her.
Stab the stab.
Yeah, is she
Play the
gonna be
princess.
armed
Are you
soon?
sure
or-
she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes on it. If she has a weapon, she'll have
Hesitating? Why don't you drop?
Kill her.
to charge
Stabby,
the
stabby.
princess, blade in hand. But unfortunately, your
Don't do
earlier
it.
suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish.
Eh.
Get her. Get her.
I believe in
Last
you,
bit
Eric.
of
Hold
her
on.
will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the
I love that.
princess's
Just
heart.
die as an op.
She seemed
Oh,
pretty malevolent looking
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
previous one. Now she's like, oh shit, you stabbed me.
You collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Why are her
Somehow,
teeth so
I thought this would
spiky?
turn out a little differently. But I wonder,
She's a
do
shark.
you really think
Not
that
a man.
this was enough to
Oh,
stop
jeez.
me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, well, that's it. It's over.
Great. Fun game.
You're on
I like
a
the
path
stabbing part.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is
It's a
a
lot
cabin.
like chapter 1.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
It already happened. Okay, no, I died. What am I doing here?
I already slew the princess.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Does that mean the narrator is just like a guy?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah,
You
that's exactly
are
what
wrong.
you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made. Those are two very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
It turned out we listened.
Mostly
We
Incorrect.
did exactly what you told us to
We
do.
did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare. In which case, I should be accountable for what supposedly happened. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any
Wait, he didn't think there was a last time.
consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save her.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this.
Uh-huh.
Got this, man. We got this by the ass.
Yeah.
Stiff upper lip.
Okay.
You'll save the world in no time at all. Just be quick about it. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place
Locked her in the
is.
basement.
It's a path in
People
the
did.
woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
People do the darndest things.
It's true.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Yeah, I like that.
Why
Yep.
couldn't they slay her?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're
I'm special.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be?
If anyone's special here, it's her. That was a nasty trick.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate and otherwise.
You didn't tell us about her knife last.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
There's three of us who says there
Now,
was.
If you don't mind, the whole world
That's
is
right.
waiting with bated breath.
Turn around and leave. Oh.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do
Lies, she
everything
cheats,
in
she
her
steals.
power
Lie,
to
we
stop
cheat,
you from
we
slaying
steal.
her. don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say we know what to look out for this time.
Just stay focused and...
Stanley entered the cabin just the same as last time.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged
Wow.
mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as
That seems a
shattered
much more
glass.
effective knife.
The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. That's because there isn't a mirror.
Yeah.
There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely
It's right
a
there.
mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra.
I want to look
Yeah,
at myself. I
handsome.
want to see how handsome.
Approach
I
the
am.
Less
mirror.
about that,
Yes,
and more
yes,
about whether
exactly.
we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so
That mirror, man.
very different? Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means
Right, I
you'll
forgot it was
finally
all a
drop
dream.
that ridiculous past
It's a
life
horrible
nonsense.
nightmare.
You haven't, so focus up. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your
What?
hand
Whoa.
against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
Am I the creature from the Black
Now
Lagoon?
it's gone.
Yet another thing in here
Good
playing
man.
tricks on us. I hate this place.
Snack pack corn nut the third.
Yeah.
What?
You're right. It is. This is what happens to Snack Pack Corn at the third.
No, hang on. I'm watching now. What's going on? Where's my son?
You take the blade from the table.
We
We're gonna
don't know.
take the blade
It
this
would be
time.
difficult
in the
to
base.
slay the princess
Yeah.
and save the world without a
Because we
weapon.
definitely didn't do that last time.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source.
like
and
my
violently
house.
jammed into the wall.
It's,
It's a,
it's what when Mike's done renovating. It's just that's where he's gonna lock up
The air
his.
seeping
It'll
up
look
from
like-
below.
it'll look like this.
And the-
Metallic quality to it, like the smell of.
it
fresh
looks like a
blood.
nude has descended this
What
staircase.
sounds like a scraping of metal coming from down below.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably
Yeah.
just her chains dragging across the floor.
Definitely doesn't sound like a knife being.
Begging you to get out of your head. Her
She's
grating voice
making-
carries
hand
up the
making pasta.
stairs.
Yeah.
With a
yeah.
pasta maker.
Yeah.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah.
She sounds so
She's
amused.
better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
Probably
As you
fine.
descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
What she
What
got
if
behind her
she
back?
remembers?
That's a plate of pasta. Remember?
Finally,
Oh, right.
somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Sure. Going to stab me, aren't you? What happened last? I've being very suspicious right now.
I like that one.
I do like that one.
So rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little bird face thinks he's so serious coming down
I thought
here,
I
but
was a
doesn't
lizard
know
man.
anything. Thinks
Thought
he
you were
can
the
tell me to
creature
get
from the
rid of
Black
all the
Lagoon.
knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me.
We didn't even
I bet
say
you
that
didn't
part.
Like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself, but I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before...
Last time you're mad at me, but
I know you're
think we
mad at
need to
me.
both just
Yeah.
let bygones be bygones. What happened after you died last? Nobody has to die.
I do
What
want
are
to
you
know what
going to
happened.
do if I
after
let
that.
you out? Bye. Turn around and leave.
Hmm.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
How many
That's
more
not
times
threatening at
does
all.
she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally just... We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from... Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is... And maybe you should behave with a little more humility. No. I have my dignity. Fine. And will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Or the time loop option.
Yeah, I want to ask. What
Yeah.
happened after she
We
died.
killed each other last time.
Last time, if somebody came into my house and tried to kill me and I cut his neck open and then he stabbed me in the heart and we both died looking in each other's eyes, well, surely I would remember that. But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
I like this face that she's
Yeah.
very innocent.
There you go again,
Yeah.
talking up delusions about a past life. Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous...
I come close to you.
What? No!
Oh.
No! I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to not stabbing distance to help me.
I think I've said my piece at this point. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again?
Again.
I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't
This
count.
guy is the sharp.
Do you hear how deranged
Yeah.
you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the end.
Try and let her out. What if we're both honest with each other?
I'd kind of like that one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like me. Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her
It's
own.
like an arm knife.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do?
I didn't
least
realize
we're
this was a
safe
sequel to
She's still in
Human
chains.
Revolution.
Yeah.
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion.
Ah.
And then
She's gonna chop her hand off?
slices through
Uh-huh.
her arm.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying
Jesus.
speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange, before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense. She's even better at this than she was last time. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
With a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes
Squelch.
dark, and you die.
Dang.
I
get
it. I get it.
You're on a
I
path
get it.
in the woods. No.
Wait,
fuck that. If
what
we
happened to
have
these
to keep
woods?
Doing this over and over and over again. We're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking
These aren't
cabin.
really woods either. I'm not.
Yeah,
The interior of the
these are
cabin is
truffula
a
trees.
constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards. Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
There's
Nobody.
not a door,
Nobody
and there
holds
is
the
a mirror.
cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works. The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore.
Yeah,
You have to fight. What's the point of fighting if she's
Well,
just going
another
to
one.
win
and another.
Every time it hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing. Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. Let's just stay focused, shall we?
all right,
The
Eeyore.
only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take.
Still pristine.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It will be difficult to slay the princess, and this feels right. We just have to keep our senses
Oh.
sharp. That's right.
You
We've got
guy?
to be able to win eventually.
Yeah, there's two.
And what if we never do? Don't be like that. I know things are hard right now, but we got to stay positive. If they're confident, then I'm confident. So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head
Definitely
for the
we're
exit
supposed
to
like
get
you're
to the-
supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door. It's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, you make your way to the door at the end of the room.
What's your shivers
What was that?
value at?
Yeah.
You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about... You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. It was never there. Just an illusion. Guess it's time for us to see her again.
Go.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well,
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs.
there's-
They are
It's
smooth and
unintentional.
flat and metallic. An unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Oh,
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again. Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win
we get the
once.
yacht and we can get out of here.
Nothing bad has come of
Yep.
it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't
Not to me.
real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the
Jeez.
quick sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
We're buff her up a bit.
Flirting.
Try flirting with her. He sorts her arms and we don't. We're panicking. We're going to fight her. We're going to have to stiff up her lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let her.
All these ideas suck. Think of something else.
She wins.
Yeah, that's right. We just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
Stab.
Just standing there,
Yeah.
huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment, she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight. She skewers you. Ow. What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you? I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, dead. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
Very encouraging.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can.
Yeah, that's it.
It's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Sure.
As long as we keep moving. Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more
Come on, show me something new.
Okay, plan. Now.
Flirting.
Yep.
Yeah, don't stop. Why? Come on. What are you doing?
It doesn't work and she kills you again. Again and again and again.
Compliment her on those
You do
gleaming
it.
blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. I
Got
didn't
some
do much
Freddy
of
Krueger
anything.
claws now.
We're tougher than I thought.
Yeah,
Contrarian.
Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
At a certain point, it's not even practical to have.
She skewers you.
Yeah.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 4.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window? Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. Besides, what better way to die so very many
Sharp
times
hands of a-
than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you.
We
How
tried
many times
flirting.
have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them. Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter. With one by me, you walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only... It's fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly up. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer.
Oh, she's
I'm
got
just gonna
knife
show
legs.
You. It's worth it though. Just you wait, and not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say, really? Okay then.
Here we go, now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears.
So she has sword
all
everything.
knives.
Erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains
Right there.
in the
I
center
see
of
the
the
weak
room
spot.
is a skeleton
Yep.
with
Yep.
blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
See? Holy.
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes! Behold! The perfect woman. You think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it. Narrator, what just happened? It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once. You're incredible.
I love a good ending.
This is the good
Hit
ending.
it. Hey.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, how they got a picture.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
I'm getting real tired of these unrealistic standards for women in video games.
That's why they all have body dysmorphia. Can't be the perfect woman, so.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
You were the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Connections, a dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
So are we both gods of some kind?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
That's what all the chicks tell me.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Or are you what's
She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? You are familiar, but you are not me.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. I know only that they are. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And more than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite.
What?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy.
You're being so...
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
cabin
path,
is a
you're
princess.
here to slay her.
So it is a full. Does it delete your save or anything like that, or
it keeps
no?
going.
It keeps
There's
going.
actually a bunch.
Spirit.
Go.
You make your way up the warning. She will lie. She will cheat. We're not going to go through with this. Ignore him.
You know, Chavo did the wrestling scenes in that
Interior of
movie
the
about the Von
cabin is
Erichs that's coming out
entirely
next
bare.
month.
Oh, really?
The air is stale
Yeah.
and musty.
I don't know if I wanna
The
watch that
floor
movie.
and wall- The blade is your.
I mean, it's gonna be sad.
Have you seen the trailers for it? Like,
Yeah.
people are not going to be prepared for how
No.
utterly
no, they're not.
emotionally devastating this story.
Yep.
We'll just leave the night there. Let's go down and talk.
Yeah, let's
Door
say.
to the
Let's find out what
basement
happens
creaks
if we
open,
leave the.
Yeah.
revealing a
place.
staircase faintly
Well, she's like made
illuminated
of
by an
knives, so if you
unseen
need
light
one,
in the room
Yeah, you just
We
borrow
don't
one
know
from
that
her.
yet.
Yeah.
We don't know that yet, Eric or Alex.
Yeah, her voice.
You do
soft
know
and
that.
carried
Is this
up
game
the
is
stairs.
designed to be all meta and shit or whatever.
Is someone there?
You know what I mean?
It's hypnotizing.
No,
It's the kind of voice.
Oh, you don't know what I mean?
Don't
Well, I'm
let
not
it
gonna
I
fool
don't
you.
know what you mean.
It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since
Hi.
I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Ahoy, ahoy.
They have
Hi.
the princess's
Walk down
curb.
the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her
He
wrist,
swallows you and
binding
takes your
her to the
hat.
far wall
Yep.
of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like... I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
You're only making this more difficult.
Look at that face.
Thank
Look at
you.
those doe eyes.
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Bitch.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm.
Jesus.
Her teeth tearing through her lid
Dang.
with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Got him?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
We're gonna go
Save
all
her.
the way, yeah,
Save her.
Yeah.
Save her.
Rear.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted
Look at
wound
that
on the
face.
princess's arm, just above the unyielding
do
chain
it.
binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
She's like, huh.
Her limb falls
see
to the
that.
ground, and the heavy chain
Starts to crawl
swallows her.
towards you.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
That seems pretty.
No,
Mm.
she
No.
didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Get out.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
They're fucker.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Ha!
Fifth one down. Oh, wait. Warner.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The
Yes.
blade! Move the blade!
Oh.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and
I'm sorry.
she doesn't really use a knife, does she? Apparently not. It doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Now it's dark.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of you're here to slay her.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now.
What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep... Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling
Matt
any
Berry.
and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do,
Did
just be
someone
sure to
say
be
my
more
name?
him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole
man.
world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world
He's
that
got a
isn't
point.
worth saving.
Turn around and leave.
We have to save.
Oh, fine.
A warning. Before you, she will love. I think we've already been over this. I do, but I also speak from the heart. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries. The blade is your You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward, but there was a mirror, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Go.
The door to the basement creaks open, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of them. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to... My love! We're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my word. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you. My dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be... We damned a whole world. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of... Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another
That's
opportunity
just how we
to
do things
sweep
in
her
Tucson,
off her
that
feet
is own,
and
yeah.
treat her... Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever...
Heroic and romantic, eh?
He's lost it. Don't let him distract...
You died, and now we're talking.
Normal shit.
You know.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
That's true.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip... What? No, she's a prisoner here. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. Are you listening to her? That's a confession. At least you're being honest. I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist. The princess shifts in uncomfortable...
Comes
Me
in,
too.
fixes
I
the
don't
cable.
care.
She
I mean, that
wasn't
rug
confused
really
for
ties the
long.
room together.
If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world. It would take a great desire for evil to do something. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride.
Yeah.
To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Got a point.
No, I can't let you what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm us... You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world... You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Well,
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt...
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a... You're so gullible. He's the only thing you've ever doubted, the actual...
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes.
Now what does swallow your soul?
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Go get Chinese food. I want you to tell me what you want to do. Why
Do you
don't
want to
tell
end
me
the
what-
world?
Let's leave.
Yeah, let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the
Tweet,
entire
tweet.
world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are enough with this true love nonsense. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you was ever... Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We can open if we.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and... The blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from... You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
Hey.
We did it. What should we do
Huzzah.
now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Oh, jeez.
She's gone. Is that a... What do it then?
Game.
So have you finished this?
I finished. I have not seen either of these two.
Oh, okay.
I immediately went.
Flickering
Locked
lights in empty
this, and then
cityscapes
like,
become
randomly-
pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean. I will long for you. We will meet again.
I played it took me like an hour and a half. Oh well,
You're
we'll
on a
do
path in the woods,
the like.
and you're here.
No.
I haven't seen only just the very first. different paths, I would.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take
What
part
kind of
in it.
bird man can
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Your wings are vestigial.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How
Huh.
convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can.
Turn around and leave again.
Really
Leave again.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes.
Could die. That's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me into the thing.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine.
Really, my
Turn
real
around,
dad.
back down the path you came.
What about you, narrator?
You're at
Yeah.
the cabin again. Now,
No,
I'm not
narrator, what about you?
astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated conflict.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll start walking in.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much every. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do
'Cause you
whatever
care
you
more
can to
about
shirk
irritating
your
me.
responsibility. You care more. You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies. You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to
Yep, okay, heading now to the cabin where I'm gonna stay in the woods for.
Forever.
Woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her.
That's a
Maybe she
that's
isn't
a hell
a
yeah, that's a
liar.
hell of a privacy fence.
Ignore him. Let's. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin. The only furniture of note is a plain table. The blade is your. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab
out
it,
the window.
throw it out the window. No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this? I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a prince. You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear. Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing.
Yes.
Because you're going to
Vomit
pull
on your
yourself
sweater.
together.
Mom spaghetti.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job. So you're just going to have to get better at your... Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see what you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Hey, the parallax.
Okay, good. Now, whenever you walk, what are you talking about? You reach forward and rub, but there was a. Now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change. You take the. Okay, fine. You took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade.
Hold the blade.
Hold it the other way.
You
Hold it
switch
the
your
other
grip
way.
on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with
It's
the
a much
princess.
cooler way to explore. Throw the blade out the window.
Throw the blade out the window. Throw it out the window.
Yes, do it. Seriously. Throw the blade out the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends? Oh well. If the princess wasn't going to do it, the heat death of the universe was going to come for it eventually. I'm not so sure.
The
This
world will
place
end
is
at some
already
point.
messing with my head.
Whether it's
It would be
tomorrow,
much
tomorrow
better
or
if we had a
5
weapon.
billion.
What's done is... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a
Dang.
web of branching staircases all built from
Normal shit.
unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head, the air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
There's the sun.
Center stage.
Yeah.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else, and so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. Continuous consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as... What the hell
Ennui.
was that? What happened to us?
And then eventually you reach the basement of the Silent Hill Historical Society.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still The same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness,
Into something throw.
watches you impatiently from the other side of the base. And why are we here?
Maybe she'll
again?
land on the knife.
In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
What is her name?
Princess.
Oh,
You can call
I
me
see.
Princess if you'd like.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until it's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up and it seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here and... Ooh, new plan! Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're all one
Yeah, you
thing.
should
Yeah,
click-
that's
you should
weird.
click that one giant block of text.
Wait,
Do
that's
all those
right.
things.
Go on. Take a step forward. The foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as you find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this...
Yep.
We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, there she goes.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again. Why? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing. Okay. You're not messing with us, right?
To look at any one is to shift them all into something new.
Question is,
And to
have
look
that many
away is to
dicks?
reshape them. All of me is changing. And yet the rest of
Do
I
me...
mean,
we?
if there's one for every voice, then
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. It will, in time, but you still have a ways to go before we are done. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my I am everything that you have known me to be. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. If you need time, you are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always...
Did we see everything?
No, there are. Just if you're picked a stage. All right.
You have returned
Enjoy.
to me.
Oh, wait.
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
And when you boot it back up, it just...
Nice.
interesting.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path in the... You're here to slay...
Yep.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
We should call it. It's
You'll
11:30.
find the princess. A warning. Before she will
It's only
lie,
8:30.
she will...
Shut up, Alex.
No, you shut up.
No, you shut up.
You shut up.
The interior of the cabin is
Got
almost
it. No,
entirely
you
blade.
Oh, damn it.
You take the door to the basement. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs. She's so cold. Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward. Your grip on the...
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just drop it. Best not...
She's unarmed. If you hesitate...
But
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. Is it over? Really over? Yes, exactly. it's over.
Night,
With
Mike.
your work
Yeah.
done, you make your way back up the
Kinda
stairs,
feel-
closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I
somebody
feel
stopped
like
out a
we've done
voice. I was
something
like,
terrible?
it's probably Mike. Sure
It
enough.
was.
Yep.
Sure enough.
I'm upset. I have a show enough t-shirt, but it's like getting all fucked up. The like stuff
You
on
did
it's like
kill
coming
someone.
off.
Greater good
know what
or
I mean?
not, something would be very
Yep.
wrong, but that day isn't today.
It's upsetting. That's why I
get
said
it.
I was upset
Get it.
about it.
Open the cabin door,
Hence,
ready
hence
to
the word.
return to a world
Yeah.
saved from certain doom.
Doom,
Only
doom,
a
doom,
world
doom.
saved from certain doom isn't what you find. What? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good.
Is
What's
it,
done is
narrator?
done. And there's no good. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Happy.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Kill
blade.
yourself.
We can use the I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on. He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take this Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way... Don't you dare. What a relief. I suppose
Yeah.
we've got all the time in the world for you to check. More
Fine.
happy time passes. Though the word begins to... Please, shake yourself out of it. The little voices plead. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though...
You are committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Good. Pick the blade.
I'll
We can
stop.
use the blade to get out of this.
There isn't
What-
too real. But I like the best part of this game is definitely exploring.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It problem I had with it come together.
I can hear everything you say,
the
little
art.
voice. There's only one
Yep.
thing it would want you to
This
use
is
that blade on.
there's so many
And I'm afraid that thing
games
is
that do
you,
the
dear hero.
thing between Stanley Parable and Description and
Yeah.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to, you not. There's
But
more for us to do.
does it
and
with
the only way for us to do it
a
is
lot
to
of
take
style.
that blade.
I was
and
gonna say it
use
has some style. Yeah.
Don't you dare. How astute. In a sense, we die.
Anyway.
But looking at things from another angle, are we
Back
even
next week.
really
Or
alive
nonsense.
anymore? This
Yeah,
place
This is
nonsense.
Bye.
is absolutely nothing. It's
Night,
just
everybody.
the same thing.
We did
Constantly,
it.
forever. I know this is out. That little voice.